So where did you grow up? California. Chat, write these down. She from Cali. What's your level of college? Junior college, then modeling. She's a model. With whom did you have a relationship from 2021 to 2024? Sean Puff Daddy Combs.
Confirm or deny who it is, but she got a lot of nerve. She got a lot of nerve. Do you know this girl had the audacity to come in there and be like, I felt pressure because he paid my rent. Bitch, get a job. Get a job. She literally said her sources of income was Diddy giving her money and her child support. Get a job.
Everybody and their mama been asking how 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne Joy, ended up crossing lines with Diddy. Now she's revealing the reason herself. Turns out it wasn't romance, but money, control, and a situation she says she couldn't escape. Y'all remember back in 2022 when 50 clowned Daphne for being spotted with Diddy? That moment right there is where this whole thing really cracked open. Photos started floating around online of Daphne Joy out in public with Sean Combs, and it instantly rubbed people the wrong way. Not because she was seen with a celebrity, but because of which celebrity it was. Everybody knows 50 Cent and Diddy been trading shots, subliminals, and bad blood for years. So to a lot of folks, this didn't look innocent. It looked like a line getting crossed. And 50 did what 50 always does best. He went straight to trolling. He posted a picture with his son Sire and used it to throw a sarcastic jab, basically pointing out that Daphne was over there with Diddy and reminding his kid about what he told him. He wrote, "Oh shit, that's your mommy over there with Puffy, LOL," 50 wrote. "Remember what I told you the other day? These be crazy." Internet went crazy instantly. But what caught people off guard was Daphne's response. She didn't clap back reckless. She didn't threaten. She didn't diss. She pleaded. She asked him to stop, said she never bothered him, and emphasized that she was a good mother who just wanted peace. She even reminded everyone that her relationship with 50 was long over by that point, 10 years removed. And on the surface, that sounded reasonable. But the streets weren't buying that, because to them, this wasn't about timing, but about context. If Daphne had been spotted with almost anybody else, the reaction wouldn't have been this loud. But Diddy, that hit differently. To 50's fans, it felt like a shot, like disrespect by association, like something personal. And that's when the whisper started, because word going around wasn't that she was just hanging out. The talk was that she had taken trips with Diddy, real trips, Turks, Bahamas, long stays. And according to the rumor mill, money was involved, not gifts, not favors, straight payments tied to time spent. When people started breaking down the numbers, that's when it stopped sounding like vacation vibes and started sounding transactional. And once that idea landed, everything changed. Allegedly, she got paid $10,000 to let Diddy smash across 2 vacations, 9 days in Turks, 6 in the Bahamas. That's 15 days total. Break it down, that's about $750 a day. At that point, it doesn't sound like a getaway, but more like a premium escort package. Now, fans weren't just mad, they were disappointed, because this wasn't some random woman. This was the mother of 50's son. To a lot of people, it felt like a quiet attack on his legacy. Folks started digging up old photos from back when 50 and Daphne were together. Jet skis, beach walks, family energy. Back then, he looked genuinely happy, smiling widely, proud. They had their son, and even after the breakup, things appeared calm publicly. Their kid was doing well too. Brand deals early, money coming in young. From the outside, it looked like a situation that worked itself out. But behind the scenes, different story. According to people who claim they were close to the situation, Daphne didn't stay single long after the split. And allegedly, Diddy entered the picture not too far down the line. That's what really threw people, because getting involved with someone your child's father has had long-standing issues with isn't just messy, it's strategic, whether intentional or not. And that's when folks started revisiting Daphne's past. Not just her relationship with 50, but her whole pattern. She'd been around powerful men for years. Before 50, after 50, during different eras of her career, athletes, musicians, industry figures.
So does Jason cry himself to sleep every night after you dumped him? He knows he probably messed up big time, huh? You have to laugh at that.
Yeah, it's good.
That one right there? You made my day, girl. Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you so much for your help.
That led to a different narrative forming online that she always gravitated toward influence, access, and lifestyle. Some people went as far as claiming she was never truly invested emotionally, just moving where opportunity was. She herself had talked openly about getting into modeling very young and being exposed early to adult environments. That detail matters to some people because it suggests she learned how the industry worked long before most folks even knew the rules.
So I grew up in the Philippines. I was there till I came to America when I was 6.
Wow.
And I'm Filipino Puerto Rican. And I just started modeling when I was like 16. And I was like lying that I was like 18.
Really?
Then things escalated in 2024. Out of nowhere, Daphne made serious accusations against 50, allegations that shocked the public, heavy claims that immediately shifted the tone of the conversation. But instead of firing back online, 50 went straight to the courts. He filed a defamation suit, saying the timing of her claims lined up perfectly with his attempt to get full custody of their son. Not long after the post disappeared, the case didn't go forward, but by then, the damage was already done. Accusations don't vanish just because they're deleted. Fast forward again, and then Diddy's trial hits, and suddenly, Daphne's name starts floating again. Courtroom watchers began speculating that she might be the anonymous woman testifying under the name Jane Doe. People described emotional testimony, descriptions of control, pressure, and situations that sounded intense and uncomfortable. Once that rumor took off, the internet exploded.
Consensual. That was a word that the man next to me said today during the Jane Doe's testimony. Now remember, this is day one of the Jane Doe's testimony, and the prosecution is setting the stage. Right now, all we know is that she was in love with Diddy, so in love with him, in a lustful relationship, full of Molly, ecstasy, sometimes ketamine, having these freak-offs, but they call them debauchery or like wild nights. And so far, she said she willingly participated because she loved him so much.
And 50, he snapped, not violently or physically, but in the regular 50 trolling style. He posted a photo with his son and captioned it with a single word that said everything, WTF, showing confusion, disbelief, and anger. After that, the trolling turned darker. Dude posted a clip of some chick taking shots to the face like it was open season. Caption? No caption needed. Then went on to clown her at events. But these posts weren't jokes to people paying attention. He started implying that what he'd been saying for years wasn't exaggeration. It was a warning that he knew more than he ever said publicly. That's when some folks started questioning Daphne's victim narrative. Online opinion split in half. One side believed she was trapped in a toxic power dynamic and only speaking now because she finally could. The other side believed she benefited from the lifestyle for years and only switched narratives once the heat got real.
And that she has a baby daddy who, her baby daddy and Diddy have a well-known animosity. They do not get along. And so she talked about telling Diddy, like, oh, I just want to let you know who my baby daddy is. He was like, I don't care. Confirm or deny who it is. But she got a lot of nerve. She got a lot of nerve. Do you know this girl had the audacity to come in there and be like, I felt pressure because he paid my rent. Bitch, get a job. Get a job. She literally said her sources of income was Diddy giving her money and her child support. Get a job.
And then doubts crept in. Some details in the Jane Doe testimony didn't perfectly line up with Daphne's public background, where she said she grew up when she started working, how she described certain relationships. That opened the door for another possibility, that the witness wasn't her at all, and the internet had jumped the gun. But here's the thing, whether she was Jane Doe or not, one fact stayed solid. She was around Diddy, and that alone keeps the questions alive. Because Diddy wasn't just any man, he was a mogul with a reputation, with power, with history, and with a very public rivalry with her child's father. So it's not crazy that people believe this connection wasn't accidental on either side. Some believe Diddy enjoyed the psychological edge of it. Others believe Daphne needed the financial support and lifestyle she wasn't getting elsewhere. Some think it was both. One dude hit hard saying, she said she lied at 16 about being 18 so she could make money. This has to count for something. Another wrote, Daphne Joy. When 50 called her a worker, he knew more than what we realized. But 50, she is the mother of your child. So what does that say about you? Slipping yourself out for $10,000 is crazy. She couldn't get a job or something. And now we're here, with no final verdict on Daphne's role, no confirmation of who Jane Doe really is, and no clear answer on whether this was survival, strategy, or something darker. So the real questions aren't about street talk anymore. They're about motive. Did Daphne align herself with Diddy for protection, money, or power? Was this a long-term plan or a desperate move? Did Diddy see this as leverage against a rival? And if 50 knew all along, why did he still choose silence for so long? Drop your thoughts in the comments, cause this one's far from over. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest scoop in celebrity drama.